Hey there, team. So, with this one, playing as the House of Ulfang. So these are, of course, the treacherous Easterling forces here. I was talking about before, you know, these zero armor units. I do actually bring a few of them, but I give them an armor upgrade, just because I bring 4 of them to serve as kind of this front line for me. Pretty damn numerous. Yeah, 203 is a pretty damn sizable unit for Silmarilion. Not too many of them going about, you know. So I bring a good portion of them. Bring a lot of these Ravagers because I'm going up against Feanor, so I know that they can pack on some damn good armor. So I wanted to, you know, use a fair few of these Ravagers. I didn't actually end up using that Warcry very much at all. I really should have done more of that, but we'll see. Did I bring? I didn't bring any Marauders. Didn't bring a single Marauder of Hemring. Brought 2 Executioners, pretty sure. 2 Eastron Marauders. 2 of these. 2 Eastron Foragers. A Despoiler. 2 Thanes. That's where I had my General. 1 Sons of Ulfang. 1 of these boys. A Raider. And lastly, a Eastron Nomad. Was 0. Yeah, this is very risky. Something I usually would refrain from. Oh, no, not Eastron Nomad. What's the Javelins? Eastron Huntsman. Yeah, do they have a shield? No, they do. They've got a shield value. Because it's very rare that I would take a cavalry unit that has no armor and no shield. I think it's very cool that they're there, and they're nice and cheap for it. But my goodness me, that seems very, very fragile. Very, very frightening. Oh, and then I think I also gave somebody... oh yeah, so all of these guys had armor upgrades, and I gave one of these guys a melee upgrade. And that was my money, I think. Pretty sure. Up against Feanor. Feanor does not require, you know, too much explanation. They've been kicking about since sort of the very start. I think when Silm first came out, I think we had Feanor and Angband. I think those were the first 2, and then we got, I'm pretty sure, was it Finarfin? I think we got Finarfin and Tolan Gauroth pretty soon after that. But anyway, so Feanor, damn good cav, some humans to sort of bulk out the numbers and fill a few gaps, but generally, yeah, some damn good quality and pretty top tier armor across the board in terms of the elves, for sure. So yeah, the only big issue for me here was I forgot that the Requeni are no longer knights. They are full on like mace wielding melee cavalry. So you'll see the way I react to them is very, perhaps not optimal, because I'm seeing them and thinking, God, they're gonna charge me down. They're gonna ruin me. The only Lancer, by Lancer I mean the only like big charge unit I'm seeing from them are these hunters of Killigorm. So you can grab 2 of them. So yeah, you can pack those up. They're not. Oh, you could even, if you wanted, you could take 3. That's not a terrible expense, but if your strategy really required that. Everything else, yeah, I didn't really pay too much attention to. But yeah, good. Oh, cool. Little detachment of them. Very nice. And then yeah, they can get all of this fancy artillery. But yep, so this is a fight between the Imbelgos, which was done, I think, maybe 3 hours ago. So we'll just rattle through that right now. Hey there, team. So, as you see my boys here, I've got them in with the Thanes of Ulfang. Oh, let me just have a look. That general is quite, he's a pretty cool looking dude. I really should have probably put him in the Sons of Ulfang with that weapon. Didn't realize he wielded this sort of large, large falx there. It's a serrated falx, my goodness me. Dodgy. But yeah, I just kind of wanted them in something that was going to be a bit more rigid, that I knew was going to sort of hold a bit better. I kind of felt that the Sons of Ulfang, I wanted to use them quite aggressively, wanted to throw them around. You'll see how that works out. got my Ravagers here as well. Okay, cool, so they're all Falxmen too. Maybe a few with Mega... No, all Falx. Oh, some nasty ass masks. So, I don't do well in trees. I really like to see where my boys are, so it takes me a very long time to deploy my men. I've got to kind of organize quite a bit, and I keep mistaking my foragers for my bloomin' Hey, where are they? My Eastron tribesmen and everything, yeah. So they don't, it doesn't look like they've got an aesthetic difference. So these guys do have 1 level of armor upgrade, but they are still looking nice and shirtless. So I like that you can give them 1 level of armor upgrade, and it doesn't need to be an aesthetic difference, of course. But it's good to give them some sort of rigidity. We'll see if that sort of is helping us or not. Eastron tribesmen are the... they are not who I thought they were. Maybe they are. Oh, I assumed, because they have an anti-cavalry bonus, I assumed they were spearmen. But maybe, yeah, maybe they just have an anti-cavalry bonus, but they have that blade. Interesting. So what was I thinking of then? What are the Eastron, they're over here, Eastron Marauders? Yeah, Eastron Marauders. Okay, cool. Yeah, so they've got their little axes, so they'll throw some axes. Not too many, but they throw a few axes and then get stuck in. Executions of Hemmering here. Wow, okay. They are pretty daunting, aren't they? So that's 2 of them here. Just to throw on into the lines, get a little bit crazy. Get a little bit crazy with them. But we'll have a look at my army cert when I bring it out of the forest. Over here, Beligost's got his Footmen of Hemmering. Oh, so that must be, that looks like an armor upgrade. That, yeah, definitely. So how many armor? Because I know you can get more than 1, can't you? So goodness me, these guys might be like really beefed out. Deary me. Okay, so that's a nice sort of long front line with them. He's got the Huntsmen of Thargelion behind them, pouring some shots into me already. Defenders of Aglon over there. But it's a lot of manpower, as in a lot of humans here, which I should be able to rattle through with some of my fanatics. And I should have the AP, at least I believe, to deal with those footmen. But you can see on the map, there is another entity on this map, which I've not noticed just yet. As I come charging on up. They do have the Accursed, okay. So yeah, the Accursed definitely something that I'm going to struggle to counter. I'm going to have to use one of my real sort of badass guys to go after that, or at least hold it in place. Maybe the Sons of Ulfang can sort them out, or a few of my crazy berserkers. But you can see I'm able to sort of get right on his flank, because I originally deployed here and I didn't want to just come charging on up the hill. I would have much, I wanted to move around, get over here so that I can sort of slam him on slightly more even ground. And maybe he's over here microing some cavalry. Oh, those are my men. You can see how confused I get in forests. Imagine what I'm like when I'm actually playing this game. We've got over here the Riders of the Pass there coming forward with their bows. Again, okay, so I kept looking at these guys and seeing heavy cavalry. Didn't actually look and see that they are carrying bows. They're heavy cavalry, of course, but they are bow cav. So I looked at them and I thought, all right, Riders of the Pass, maybe they're Lancers. Be very, very careful. Over here, zoom, 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 zoom. Still kept in reserve, we have the Great Roqueni, looking absolutely fantastic. Well, yeah, damn this weather, sir, I'm afraid, but still looking great. To their right side, Mounted Company of Hemmering. So again, I saw the Mounted Company because I worked out midway through the fight. I'll probably point out the time I worked out the Roqueni are not Lancers anymore. I remembered watching a video from Umad that yep, nope, they're not. But I saw the Mounted Company. I thought the Mounted Company are the Lancers now. So I'm constantly seeing this cavalry and thinking, God, no, he's going to lance me down. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be horrific. But they're no Lancers for Feanor today. He gets his defenders over, and you see I've not rushed him. Like I managed to. I sort of did, but I've not done this full army rush. And once again, I'm doing my typical strategy of just packing up the line way deeper than it should be. My Thanes, I'm not too worried about doing it with my Thanes because they're kind of there just to assist a little bit. They're not just there to be mass damage. But these guys back here is just like, what am I doing? Really need to spread out a bit. But again, I wanted to stay out of those forests because I was very worried about that cavalry. And if I left something in the forest, I knew that, he's going to get a Lancer in there and I'm not going to see it coming. I need to be fighting out. You can see there's a little bit of a clearing here. This is where I wanted to fight, where I could see the cav coming, where I could keep my boys safe. So even though I didn't really want to get my Thanes stuck right in there, the Thanes have made it their way to the front. And the Thanes are probably something that can keep these footmen of Hemmering, even with those armor upgrades, they can maybe keep the footmen of Hemmering in check, at least for a little bit. Eastron tribesmen there, just to mix it up. So yeah, the Eastron tribesmen must, I guess they have an anti-cavalry bonus. I need to know sort of how much is that, because I assumed that they were spearmen, but obviously not. And again, like if I'd seen these guys in a fight, I wouldn't have on the opposite side. So it's good that I played as them there. Ravagers of Hemmering. Again, not really wanting to go toe-to-toe with the Rangers. I'd prefer to get them in with the heavily armoured guys, but such an aggressive unit as the Ravagers, I'm hoping I can just wipe these Rangers off the map as quickly as possible, even if I'm taking these javelins now from... These are my javelins. Yeah, these are my javelins from the Eastron Huntsmen, who are already shaken. Why are you shaken? What are you scared of? There's nothing around you and you've taken no damage. Why are you shaken? Get yourself sorted out. But no, so I was pouring my javelins in here. Maybe a bad idea. Probably shouldn't have done it. What I really should have done, if I was thinking straight, is come in for a charge. Come in for a charge. Not to kill, but I think I could have broken these guys. I know that the Rangers are not bad. They're actually dunking on me a little bit here and there. But it would have been good to wipe them off the field. Ah, the Accursed threw themselves in super deep. That's why I didn't really spot them. So I've got my Eastron tribesmen trying to hold them back, but they are just getting gutted. They're shaking right now, those Accursed. They know their crimes. They know what awaits them when they die. So it's a frightening. Whereas my brave tribesmen, they don't care what happens when they die. They've served their purpose. They're fighting for the sake of their families. So that's the important value there. And you can see again this chaos just caused by the trees around me. I've sort of rammed my Eastron foragers right into this Accursed unit, and just totally forgotten it's there. Got my Fangs of the Faithless as well, firing straight up and over with those poison arrows by the looks of things. God, they look good. I really do like the sort of the wolf aesthetic from them. It's good. I'm glad that we, you know, it's nice that we've gone for this kind of Eastron look, but I'm glad that it's not too much of just like the Easterling vibe from the Third Age. You know, it is very much its own entity, I think, and its own style, which I think works great. I think it looks awesome. You saw that guy get bloodied up there while he was staggered, as more of my tribesmen come rattling on up, getting sliced to pieces by the footmen. The line continuing though. I've got my Despoilers of Caranthir. Despoilers of Caranthir, yeah. Mixing it up. So these guys, again, they've got an anti-cavalry bonus. So I wasn't too sure what they were armed with, but no, they've got this Falx. And they're going toe-to-toe with these Defenders of Aglon. So, Defenders of Aglon, of course, being this, the non-fancy Accursed of Alcalunde. This great little Swordmaster, but the Despoilers are a pretty damn good unit as well. But you can be as good as you want. You're taking javelins from these Mounted Company of Hemmering. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. So the Defenders of Aglon are going to be working up my right flank. And you know what really skilled players who have been playing Total War games for many years do? They take their most impressive unit, their best unit, and they just leave it. They leave it in the forest and they forget about it for most of the game. While, and to top it off, extra little gamer tip, they let the enemy horse archers shoot them right in the face. That's a gamer secret for you. You can take that one to the bank straight away. But yeah, so I totally forget about the Sons of Ulfang. They're just vibing. They're just vibing back there. Again, trees. They are the bane of my existence. I cannot fight in trees. And this is maybe the issue. If I want to get good with Haleth, as I was talking about so much in my previous fight, I want to get good with Haleth. I've always, for ages and ages and ages, I've wanted to get good with Mirkwood in Reforged. But if I'm going to do that, I need to be confident and capable at moving around in forests and seeing where my men are, knowing where my men are in these sorts of environments. And that's something I really do struggle with in Total War. You know, I've always been the type of guy in Total War, when I play campaign, it's like if there's a forest there, I'm grabbing all of my guys immediately and fighting in the little slither of land that doesn't have any forest around it, just so I can see where they are. So I'm getting my my very light cavalry here, just sort of slamming into the back, but getting distracted and not pulling them out again. I know these guys do not have much of a charge bonus at all, and they don't really have much of an attack value, but now that they're out of ammunition, I'm just hoping to get them in and out and maybe cause a break. Because I know that that cavalry force is coming, and again, at this point, I'm still worried about those Requeni. I'm still thinking that they are Lancers, or there's some sort of Lancer strike coming, and I'm damn scared of it. I'm really damn scared of it right now. Eastron Marauders there. Again, just getting a little bit overwhelmed right now. I'm leaving quite a lot of my units back here, and I really can't afford that right now. There we go. Yes. I was wondering where the heck that happened. So, that was part of the Requeni, and that was just a massive win for me. I came in with my riders of Dorcarnthir. My riders. Raiders, not riders. So I came in with a charge, and again, they've got the phalanx, love it. So I came in with a little charge and managed to do some great damage, and then put a little bit of fire in, and I managed to drop their general straight away, like still in this very early stage of the fight. I say very early stage, we're more than halfway through. But yeah, that's nice. And also dealt with a good few of those Requeni. Quite a lot of them there actually with that charge. I'm now sort of targeting them like crazy. At this stage, as I say, I'm still believing that the Requeni are knights. The Requeni are my #1 concern. Now I know you can get some good charges off with melee cavalry. Are you guys going to get your... Good, okay, they got their lances down. That was 86 before contact. How did I end up doing? That's quite nice. For something like the Defenders of Aglon, I'm quite chuffed about that damage. So, try to get out of there again, though. A few of them getting killed off there. RIP the boys. Tribesmen, so okay, cool. So they don't actually suffer the Spear Malice. That's quite nice. So they were able to... I'm not saying that they're going to win against the Footmen of Hemmering. There's not many units they're going to win against with 0 armor. Oh, 1 armor with my armor upgrade. I'm never actually sure. And maybe it's different in Silmarillion. So again, this is another sort of question I need to ask people. But like, when I give somebody an armor upgrade, am I getting 1 armor or 2 armor? Because I believe in Reforged right now, unless something's changed or I was misinformed, you can... Every armor upgrade is actually 2 armor that you're adding. So... You know, that kind of, in a way, that makes it quite a bit more worth it, especially, you know, when you're thinking as Gondor, when you give your boys that double armor upgrade, that's 4 more armor you're packing on. So it's quite nice. So if I'm giving my Eastron tribesmen there 2 armor, which the difference between 2 armor and 0 armor, for me, that's a big increase. You know, that's not 200% more. That's infinity more. But yeah. So anyway, Axe is coming up and over here. Got my Eastron Marauders around here as well. I think they might be out of ammo, so I need to get them involved. Get them fighting something. More of these Footmen of Hemmering alongside the Rangers of Hellevorn coming at me now. Bit daunting, bit frightening. But again, all of this this mounted company still active, still lurking around with their javelins in play. Huntsman of Thargelion looking down at me too. So we'll go to 0.7. Go a little bit faster now. I'm seeing this charge now. So they definitely had ammunition. So why weren't they sending any arrows, axes out? But yeah, so I tried to run away for a second, and then I realized, oh wait, those are huntsmen. So I decided to turn around, and like, even though they got ammunition, I was like, I'm pretty sure I can take this fight. These are spearmen. Maybe I'm wrong, because I'm getting sliced and diced by these spearmen. Yeah, spearmen archer hybrids, but yeah. So they did actually inflict some really nasty casualties on me before I managed to take control there. More of my arrows just coming up and over. I really need to move them around, get a better position for them. I do have my Sons of Ulfang involved somewhere now. But the Thanes of Ulfang, I really like these guys, actually. Yeah, I love their aesthetic. I think they look amazing. Let me maybe think about something like that. Or I kind of like their shields too. So we can maybe get zooming in here. This may be a good shout. We'll add that to the trove to check. Still got my executioners down to 17. It's kind of, as I say, it's kind of nice to take executioners. And I know the berserk rule is actually a negative for you, but in some of these chaotic fights, sometimes it's kind of cool just to be like, yep, don't have to worry about him. He's gone berserk. He's vibing. And that's 2 less units that you have to worry about. They're off just, you know that they're hunting people down, trying to kill as many people as they can. So it's okay. Again, my javelins, just trying to find their mark, going for their Requeni. That was it. Because again, even now, I thought the Requeni were lancers, but even without being lancers, that was quite a bit of damage. But in response, my Thanes and my executioners absolutely ripped them up there. Those were my executioners getting those kills. A few hits from the Thanes for sure, but it was the executioners doing that. I wonder, being like relentless and stuff, does that help you against these cavalry charges in any way? Like, are they just attacking back straight away? But yeah. So foragers, yeah, again, get them. Really just frightened by these guys. And although I'm winning on the infantry game, he's still got all of his cavalry active, and that's spooking me out a fair bit. Where are the Sons of Ulfang, There they are! No way! I definitely pulled them into the fight earlier than this. This might have actually been the first time they actually got involved in the fight. My strongest unit has just been sitting there vibing, and I'm like, oh, yeah, get involved. Oh goodness me, I love the blades. So it's again this Falx idea runs through all of their units. I love it. I don't have many at all. I don't hours playing Rome 2. Oh man, maybe 100 hours in total. But a lot of that has been with the, oh shoot, what are the boys? What are the Falx boys in Rome 2? Shoot, I've lost them. But that's like the Thracian boys, yeah. Oh, that's a big rout. Yeah, I remember seeing that and thinking, holy smokes. I know that they're totally surrounded, and I think it was maybe the Sons of Ulfang turning up, because I know the Sons of Ulfang sort of, they cause a bit of fear. So seeing that turn up, I think, was kind of the end for them there. But charging in, again, yeah, so I'd say I think the death of Belagos here is just not having a Lancer unit. Like, there's so many times. I don't think I tried to call out little moments, but there are so many times where if there was even one unit of Lancers, I would have been decimated. Like those Sons of Ulfang down there. Had you spotted, like, because he had spotted them, he was shooting them. Maybe they were on fire at will, but either way, if you had spotted them with a unit of Lancers, you could have easily ripped my Sons of Ulfang apart. And then, in addition to that, you're seeing here, I've won the infantry engagement, but I have no cavalry at this point. And he is just running riot around me, getting charge after charge into me. I'm throwing units in to just try and stop him and bite away at him before he pulls out. But it's just, they don't have the charge bonus, and they don't have the melee attack. And maybe it's in a good thing, because I've spent so much ammunition, so much effort. All of my raiders, my mounted unit, that was all spent trying to fight the Requeni. So yeah, good. Announcer's pretty happy with us, but I was still just worried, you know, if he gets one lucky move. Oh, sorry, I've got one rider. Dude, come on. I have one rider left. Oh, raider, sorry. I always screw up rider and raider whenever I'm describing things. So I'm just trying to gather my boys together a bit now, because I know, yeah, I mean, I still wasn't noticing how few guys he was actually getting with these charges. So I was damn worried about them still. So I was just wanting to like bunch my boys together a bit, so that I knew if he gets a charge in, I've got another unit that's going to run through, and also it's close enough for the foragers to try and get some javelins into them. These guys still had a bit of ammunition left. Over here, yeah, we've got a unit of the Fangs, which I've totally, Sons of the Fang, or sorry, Fangs of the Faithless are over here. And I've just, again, totally left them out on their own. So he's had multiple charges in, and just not really been able to nail it. So once again, like, if he had 2 Lancer units in this fight, I think this would have been a bloody stomp. against me, just because I just lose track of my units in the forest. Yeah, like if you at one point I might try and record myself actually playing, because you'll see when I play I'm very stationary. I'm kind of like, I just pick a position and I just order my men around from one position. So I tend to, yeah, like say like here, and I'll just be like boop, 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 you know, just jumping around, ordering my men around from one position, which means I can lose sight of boys a fair bit. Like I'm actually just sitting on that hilltop. I really like the numbers difference. I just came with this swarm of boys. Thanes here actually getting dunked on. Jeepers sake, my boys. But yeah, they must have, I don't know what the heck they were fighting. I was lucky my general didn't drop. Very lucky. How many boys survived? Okay, quite a few of the lads did make it through that, so that's all right. But yeah, got quite lucky. You see the Sons of Ulfang just showing up at the end, like, yeah, we're here, don't worry. The spoilers there going toe-to-toe with those Defenders of Agwon. Yeah, I was chuffed to bits with them. It takes a lot to, and taking javelin fire too, takes an awful lot to actually sort of match the defenders. Executioners here, it's kind of interesting to see one of them just getting absolute monster kills, 273, and the other one just getting 53. Now I know that, yeah, just different types of units and so on, but it's very interesting. Because I would have ordered them to charge. They were right next to each other as well, so they would have been charging around at the same sort of stuff. Eastron Marauders there, just vibing away. 1 second, let me just... No, that's okay. I thought somebody threw a stone at my window. But no, there was just one like solitary drop of rain or something like that. So the Ravagers of Himring as well. Yeah, I mean... Oh, nice. How did the tribesmen do? I mean, 35 is pretty impressive for me, because I mean I took them just to absorb enemy like charges and to counter cavalry, so you know that's quite nice. Ravagers, you know, doing their bit, especially 85. That's really nice. Foragers, I mismanaged my javelins really badly there, and the Fangs of the Faithless, I was shooting just up and over so much. And maybe I shouldn't have taken the archers when I was facing up against somebody that I knew was going to pack on so much armor. It was perhaps a bit of a mistake. But yeah, the raiders there doing their best, and yeah, actually doing some good charges too. I pulled off some nice hits and chased around the Requeni. Got battered up by the Requeni, but chased them around a good bit. And then lastly, the Eastron Huntsmen, those Jav Cav. I was chuffed to bits with them. Yeah, they got their hits in, they got their javelins spent, and then they spent the rest of the time just sort of charging around. I broke a few guys with them, so it's quite nice. But yeah, thank you very much for Belgos. And yeah, this was pretty good. So this will be sort of the official end of my rapid one video a day Silmarillion go through. So we'll be back to normal shenanigans, but I do hope to do some more Silmarilion. I'll still share my own battles from this point, or if there's some really interesting, but hopefully from this point on it should only be like really quite interesting fights. Well, by interesting I mean somewhat interesting fights I'm sharing, or hopefully, Lord, I really do hope to get a nice siege. That'd be great. Just one Silmarillion siege would be really cool to get that. But cool. Anyway, thank you guys very much, and I will see you later.